it going, Cheatham Street? I'm Sean. I've been coming to this for a little over a year now. And I was just reflecting on everything that's happened in the last year. It's pretty incredible. I did 11 years in the Army, and I had a little bit of turbulence and transition coming back to civilian life. Give me one for 1,000. From the temple, bring the gold.
And what we do is provide services to veterans and their families who are transitioning from service and maybe struggling in that. And it doesn't matter if they're transitioning from getting out of service last week or 10 years ago. If they're struggling, we're here to help them.
I was discharged from the Army on May 10th, 2011. It's where I learned that I do very well in structured environments where it's clear what needs to be done. And that was something that I thrived in. I was really good at that.
When it's time to transition, they give you 1 week of how to become a civilian again. And so when we transition, we lose our identity. It creates a lot of anxiety that leads to anger. That anger isn't necessarily because we feel entitled to employment or entitled to a successful transition. We're just not used to failing.
After my discharge, I decided to move back to Texas because I have family here and I had support here. And I hadn't dealt with anything after the discharge in the military. I just kept trying to go. And what I needed to do was take a little break, decompress, compartmentalize some of these things, and then take a step forward. Well, I didn't do that, but I got involved with the wrong crew, and I was awarded a pair of handcuffs. Tomorrow, Babylon will fall.
For some of our veterans, they tend to make bad decisions because of the trauma they may have suffered while on active duty, or the anxiety that's becoming overwhelming. It'll lead to bad decisions. And that's where we can come in and try to help them by connecting them to clinicians or other nonprofit organizations that will be there to help them manage their coping skills.
When I was in jail, that was the time that I decided that I needed to make a real change. And I needed to change not just my actions, but the way that I thought, the way my mode of thinking. And that was the break I was given.
Well, you enjoy challenges, so go as far as you can so you have many avenues.
There's over 12,000 veterans in Hays County, and each one of them have particular needs, and programs like this can help address those needs. So whether it be addressing housing, mental health counseling, or financial assistance that they may be eligible for as well, and they wrap them with those services, providing that one-on-one casework to help our veterans.
Some people don't know how to heal. I didn't know how to heal, but then when somebody says, let's heal together.
What makes our program successful and our mission successful is veterans trust other veterans. You understand that my issues are real simply because you served, and you're not going to judge me.
We need to focus on music. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's changed your whole life.
It really has. There was no run around with these guys. And that's what impacted me. And that's when I let my guard down a little bit and I said, okay, all right, we can move forward from here.
When you voluntarily choose to serve this country, what you don't realize you're doing is you're creating purpose for yourself. And that's the bottom line. When we transition, majority of our veterans are losing that purpose. And it's hard to measure what that next purpose is. So when they come in to see us, we remind them, you get to reinvent yourself if you want. What do you want to do with your life?
When I got out of the military and I started playing music again, music became my weapon, my way to fight things. So I started this weapon thing, and so my guitar is my weapon now. So that's how I'm handling things. The king stood by the water's edge, remembered things his father said.
It feels good to know that he trusts our agency.
I've learned to trust, to have confidence, and to learn to really love myself through all this. Going to Hill Country, it made me feel like it was okay to look back into some of that, into some of that mess that I created, some of that stuff that I went through. And I mean, it was, I wouldn't have done that without them.
The credit we get is you saved my life. I don't know that I would ever take credit for saving someone's life, but that's the feedback we get by simply being available to them. As long as there are veterans choosing suicide over life, our mission will never stop.
I'm looking forward to the day that I get to go and start helping other people that need help, whether they're in jail, wherever they're at. They need people that are willing to meet them where they're at. That's what I loved about being a leader. You know, one of the best feelings was pinning sergeant stripes on one of my own soldiers. You know, I don't get to do that anymore, but I will be able to help the next person, just give them that little bit of confidence. And that's how this works.